time on Tech Tuesday, we're going to go over the XPS Care cleaning line. We have mud and dust cleaner, made for anything and everything all over the bodywork of your Can-Am. You got cleaner degreaser, a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher, but still safe. The great thing about all these products is they're safe on your machines. More for like grease, if you had an axle boot leak, or if you had A-arm pivots where they're all greasy, or the swing arm. That's what the cleaner degreaser is for. Black plastic and rubber restore for like the bed area and the dash and such as that, where it's kind of a coarse plastic and it seems to kind of hold a stain or a fade. This will bring it back. Then you got your foaming wash, much like the traditional wash soap that goes in a bucket with some water and good foam and good lather all over your machine, or you can spray it through a foam cannon. Quick detailer, once your machine's all clean and dry, throw a little bit of quick detailer down and wipe it off with a rag or a microfiber, give it that nice shine. And then you got multi-service and glass cleaner, for your windshields, and really just to clean anything and everything that's not really muddy. Just kind of wipe it down, get the dust and some of the little stuff off. So you can see the Can-Am's not crazy dirty, but it is like this rougher plastic. It's got dirt that doesn't want to wipe off. That's where you're going to want to scrub a little bit. The slicker plastic, it usually comes off pretty well. A good general soap is the mud and dust. You basically just spray it and let it sit a little bit and hose it off. If it's got some grime that's been on there for a while, you might need to scrub with a brush. So then you got your cleaner and degreaser. A little bit stronger stuff, but still safe. Really for like around your sway bars, where all the grease is when you grease it. Your pivots down in here. Because if you grease your arms and stuff pretty often, there's going to be grease around them. That's really what this stuff is for. It's really made for getting that heavy grease off. The mud and dust will do it too, but this is just going to do it a little bit better. Great degreaser, especially if you had like an axle boot leak or something like that. Might take a little scrubbing, but the degreaser is really going to help get it off. So we washed Travis's family wagon, the X3 Max. Used the mud and dust cleaner and then the degreaser around the pivots and such as that. Now she's all wet. We'll take an air hose and dry it off and give her a wipe down. So we've dried off the X3 using air, and you can always tell a good cleaner on these kind of flat, more coarse areas. You can see right, especially like radiator hoses, those always stain up. You can see right here a little bit of residue. Some of that is water. We have well water, so well water is going to leave a little bit of residue. To get that residue off, you can use the multi-surface and glass cleaner. We use this, well, of course, on glass and the windshield and such as that. Get a fresh microfiber towel for windows, because you don't want to have any kind of dirt and debris in your towel scraping up your window. It does a super good job. It evaporates. So yeah, the mud and dust did really good at getting it good and clean. Spray on, a little bit of scrubbing. Probably really wouldn't end up scrub. It does that good. And the cool thing about mud and dust is it smells kind of like cinnamon. Of course, we use the degreaser down here around the sway bar and the pivots and all that kind of stuff. Those are all nice and clean. The other products we have are really for these flat coarse areas that really they always seem to stain and fade. You have two ways you can do it. You can do the quick detailer. This is kind of just a spray on for everything. which is, you know, good for your seats, your plastics, you know, your shiny plastics, your flat plastics, you know, anything and everything. It really just gives it a good cleaning, good detailing, you know, such as that. You can see there's old, there's new, and kind of splash out. This stuff will soak in and it'll leave it, you know, pretty much good as new. Then you have your black plastic and rubber. This stuff is actually made for this little bit more coarse plastic. It always seems to fade and stain just a little bit, you know, just a dab of it. Take a towel and kind of wipe it in, and it'll soak in and it'll leave it that nice sheen that it was when it was brand new. So just a quick comparison, you know, that's the black plastic. You can see how it sheens really nice. This is before, you know, clean, but kind of faded looking. And you have your sheen of the black plastic, and then you have the quick detailer. It's clean, but as it dries out, it kind of dries just a little bit better than before we wiped anything on it. So the black plastic and rubber is definitely the way to go as far as all your flat and kind of coarse plastics. Of course, your shiny plastics and painted plastics, the quick detailer is where it's at. You know, just throw it on there, give her a good wipe, and she's good and clean as new.